Welcome to Arise's brand new Arts, Music, Lifestyle and Culture programme. I'm Hannah Poole in London and this is our first edition. We launch with a bang, one of Africa's best known and hardest working musicians, Senegal's Baba Maal on his life, his music and his work in Africa with the United Nations. We meet Randolph Gray, the celebrity hairdresser whose inner city hair academies are helping start new careers for young Africans. And we drop by Arise magazine HQ for a behind-the-scenes look at their cover shoot with supermodel Tyra Banks. Randolph Gray is a celebrity hairdresser. He's based in London and he's cut and styled some of the most glamorous and famous hair in the world. He took a break from the red carpets and catwalks and headed to Rwanda and Kenya, where he's launching hair academies in disadvantaged city centres.
And then Nigel said, right, that's it, we're going to open a school. It was just an idea, right, we're going to open our own school.
Madness. It's a challenge that is a huge one.
Rwanda is scaring me. It is really scaring me.
We decided, Nigel had a dream and thought, well, why don't we, put our heads together and come up with an academy, a non-fee paying academy, hairdressing academy, and we will focus and pull in the very underprivileged students and give them an opportunity and a chance and time to gain a skill.
I get involved in some big fashion shows and it's great and it's fun and it's glam and it's all that wonderful stuff and I love it, I really do love it, but it is incredibly wasteful. But it's just the way we work. And then on the other side, I got Kenya. I got the school in Kenya. And it's just like, wow. I just think, okay, I got nice balance now. So karma feels good for me.
Well, certainly the first time that I was taken to an area called Kibera, which is the largest slum. And Nigel had said to me, it's important that you have a look and that we go into the slum because then you'll get a much better idea of the students that are coming, because they all come from, and live deep in the heart of the slum, to the school. And I really didn't want to go. And I was a bit kind of scared about it. And I think mainly because I'm such an emotional wreck at the best of times, I just thought, oh no, it's, tears and the whole thing.
I'll walk around Nairobi and I'll hear someone say, teacher, 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 and I'll look around, it's one of our students, oh, come inside and see my boss, this is where I work, and you don't have to say, how are you, just look at them and you think, well, things are good.
I feel quite proud that I'm not asking the regular, when have you done your shopping for Christmas yet? And where's your next holiday? Because you can get kind of trapped into all of that sometimes. It's a bit crazy.
Absolutely raving bonkers, I think is the word for it. But it's fun.
It's good. I like it a lot. Rwanda, it's going to be tough, but I think we're going to achieve it.
That was last year. It's taken a lot of hard work to make his African dreams come true. Randolph Gray again on What's Next.
We've just finished setting up the school in Rwanda. It's taken a while because London, Rwanda, getting the furniture, design and all this kind of thing has made it kind of tricky. But it's done. It's absolutely amazing. It looks better than Nairobi. Shame on me, but it's true. It's beautiful. We're ready to go now, really. We've given out, I think it's around 200 application forms. And my next trip back to Africa will be part of the team that will have to interview all these guys. The concept is exactly the same as Nairobi, people from disadvantaged backgrounds. So there'll be an opportunity for those people to come along and get training and get certificated. I'm going to teach people how to become hairdressers. A lot of energy has gone into it, a lot of energy, a lot of thought, a lot of time, and a lot of money, and everything's gone into this beautiful school. It looks amazing. It's the best one they've ever had there, and everybody's excited, everybody's interested about it. So I'm really, really excited about it. The impacts on people's lives, it's simple. Before, they would be begging, street boys, prostitution. Now they have a skill. They put their families through school. They bring their families from the slums into accommodations. Whereas before, they were probably short lifespan, going to die, crime. Now they have a life. Their dreams are apartment, TV, car, which before it was a pipe dream. Now they can actually realize it. There's a guy living in an orphanage, and now he's a hairdresser, which he wants to be, and he's doing it, and he's doing it incredibly, incredibly well. And that's in a really short space of time. So when I look at these guys, it just think, the only thing I can equate it to is like, you have a child, and you have this dream for that child, and it realizes that dream, and you see it, and you look at them and you think, wow, that's amazing. So it makes me feel really, really good, because my industry, hairdressing, fashion shows, photo shoots, beautiful, amazing, and I love it. A fashion show is frivolous. You spend all that money for a 20-minute show, then everything's ripped up and thrown away. Then I go to Africa, and there's balance. There's these guys, had nothing, now have everything, and have a life, and have a dream, and they can achieve it. It's just brilliant. We've helped to make somebody's life better. We've given them a life, whereas before, they probably wouldn't have had one. The future is more schools, more help, more people having a life. You give somebody a fish and you feed them for a day, but then if you teach them how to fish, then they can feed themselves for the rest of their life. And that's kind of how it is.
Big plans on the cards for Randolph's hair academies. We'll be following that story in the coming months. And now for some American entertainment news.
We've had a glimpse of Jennifer Hudson's latest character in her gritty new movie at the Sundance Film Festival. The inevitable defeat of Mr. and Pete sees the Oscar-winning actress playing a single mum struggling to survive in inner-city New York. Denzel Washington hit the red carpet in London to launch his new movie, Flight. He plays a hero pilot whose life unravels after he miraculously saves the lives of his passengers during a mid-air malfunction.
We are in a dive.
Washington picked up his 6th Best Actor Oscar nomination for the performance, but he says it's not awards he's thinking of when he picks his roles.
You're not playing the part for that reason. You want to first play the part to do the best job you can do, and then whatever happens, happens.
And Stevie Wonder has been speaking with UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in New York. The legendary soul singer is a messenger of peace for the United Nations. He's done that since 2009, and he is renewing his commitment to working with the UN to help those with disabilities.
In many cultures, a funeral is not just a time for mourning. It's a time to celebrate a life well lived. We go now to Ghana to meet a coffin maker who's carved out an unusual and lucrative niche in the funeral industry.
In Ghana, coffins are of different sizes, colors, and most distinctively shaped. These coffins are made by one of the Ghana's masters, Joseph Ashong, more commonly known as Pajo. He has been in the coffin-making industry for 19 years. Pajo is not only famous in Ghana, he's now recognized around the world. The coffins are made in a style that reflects a person's profession or most prized possession. For instance, if a fisherman dies, his coffin may be shaped like a fish. A businessman may have a Mercedes-Benz shaped coffin. People can have coffins of their choice, but not everyone is allowed to have a coffin representing a powerful bird. They are made solely for royalty and prominent leaders. These coffins are very important for the Ga people of southern Ghana, who believe that although the funerals are a time for mourning, they are also a time for celebrating a well-lived life.
I made different coffins because the Ghana or Africa traditional, if you are working as a fisherman, if you die, maybe the family with discussion, maybe canoe or fish, to bury the person who will die. Maybe you are a farmer, so you try to using the cocoa pot, the pepper, cassava, banana, to bury the person. So everybody you are working, then you use that coffin.
These coffins are expensive and people are prepared to spend up to a year's salary on them. Ghanaians surely do know how to send their loved ones out in style.